What's up, family? Man, I bless each and every one of you. May God continue to guide you, keep you, comfort you, and aid you in your growth and development, as well as the healing stages of your life. Family, man, we got to grow up. We have to grow up. We live in a state, man, where it's just the great delusion. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the state. I'm talking about the season, the time that we are alive in right now. It's the great delusional state. You know what I mean? And that's what this time should be known as. We're fucking delusional. And it is what it is. We got to grow up emotionally. I get so many people, that talk about, man, and they think they're woke, they think they're spiritual, they think they're enlightened, you know what I mean? And maybe they've woken up a little bit, out of the snoring that they were in, or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? I'm not here to knock anybody's growth and development, but we got to grow up and understand, man, just because you opened your eyes and you woke up to being asleep don't mean that you're woke up to freaking reality. It does not mean that you're enlightened. It does not mean that, man, you're an enlightened one. You know what I mean? It does not mean that you're super spiritual now. You know what I mean? It does not mean that you're in alignment now. It just means that you finally woke up. You know what I mean? There's work to be done still. And although you moved from kindergarten to first grade, understand that there's a long road ahead of you. You know what I mean? Stop looking back at those other people that you left behind in kindergarten and preschool and thinking you woke now, thinking you know every fucking thing now because you finally got in first grade. You know what I mean? You still fucking emotionally immature. You're still spiritually immature. Although you may be a little more mature than those people you left behind, it does not mean that you woke. It does not mean that you all that yet. We got to grow the fuck up and understand this. And it's a trip because you get so many religious people, so many quote unquote spiritual people talking about, man, you shouldn't talk like this and you shouldn't talk like this and you shouldn't do this. And it's like, wait, time out. Stop trying to educate people on some shit that you don't know what the fuck you talking about. We won that today, and this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough, and I make no apologies for this. This is spiritual boot camp for those willing to grow the fuck up, for those willing to acknowledge and understand, man, I don't know every fucking thing. Man, there's some shit in my life I still need to resolve. Okay? That's what this platform is all about. For each of us to sit here and just like process some shit and understand where we're at in our own unique journey. Okay? We got to grow the fuck up and understand life is not about what you fucking do. Life is about the motives, the intentions behind what the fuck you do. We're going there today, and it's going to get deep, okay? This is going to get deep. See, you could sit there and women say this all the time. Man, guys are full of shit and guys don't really believe in chivalry. Guys don't believe in love and guys da-da-da and guys da-da-da. And the whole time, their life is littered with a bunch of dudes that told them I love you. Their life is littered with a bunch of dudes that promised them the world. Their life is littered with a bunch of dudes that bought them rings and all kind of other shit. And the whole time they were fucking narcissists. The whole time the guy was buying them and doing all these nice things for them. It was for the setup. He was getting them fucking emotionally wrapped and caught up into his bullshit so that he could fuck them over, so he could drain them, so he could dog them the fuck up. Women do this to guys too, okay? And so what happens is we get these people in our lives that, man, they say all the right things. They do all the right things to get us to fall in love with them, to get us think that this person's the world. This person loves me. This person will never leave me. This person will never forsake me. This person will never abandon me. This person will never dog me the fuck out like everybody else. The people lie to us and deceive us by saying all the right things, doing all the right things to make us believe that this is the one. This is my soulmate. This is my ace boon coon. This is my ride or die. Not even understanding that motherfucker don't give a fuck about you. Not understanding that motherfucker is about to dog you the fuck out. Not even understanding that motherfucker ain't never been faithful to you. That motherfucker sleeping with your best friend. That motherfucker sleeping with your sister. That motherfucker sleeping with your boy. That motherfucker motherfucker sleeping with your brother. That motherfucker sleeping with your daddy and your uncle. These motherfuckers, they never gave a damn about you, but you believe that they meant the world for you. You believe that, man, their heart was pure. You believe that their intentions are right. You believe every fucking thing they said. You believe every fucking thing they did. Because it came across as pure. It came across as genuine. It came across as authentic to you. And you never once, because you were so captivated by what they said, you were so captivated by what they were doing, you never once sat back in discernment and tried to get a connection with God, source, universe, the Most High, and say, okay, wait a minute. I've been longing for connection. I've been longing for a relationship. I've been longing for intimacy. I've been longing for the right woman. I've been longing for the right man. But is this the one? Is my longing getting the best of me? Is my desire to be held getting the best of me? Is my desire to have somebody whisper sweet nothings in my ear fucking me up and having me go into a state of delusion because I'm not really seeing reality for what it is? We're going there. This is going to get deep. I'm so caught up in the moment of finally hearing what I've been longing to hear. I'm so caught up in the moment, in the experience of feeling loved, of feeling connected, of feeling like I'm desired and all this other shit. And it feels so good. Man, the way they touch me just makes my hair stand up. The way they touch me just gives me butterflies. And we get caught up in our emotions and never even understanding whether or not this is real or not. We believe it to be real. We believe their intentions. We believe their motives. We believe their actions. We believe what they say. Because it resonates with our spirit, so we say. When the reality, it resonates with your desires. We gotta grow up. We gotta grow up. We gotta grow up. Truth be told, there's not one of us that hasn't heard somebody saying some good shit. Some stuff that sounded good. Some stuff that sounded super spiritual. Some stuff that sounded biblical. Some stuff that sounded profound and wise and deep, like it came directly from the words of God. And find out that was all part of a scam. It was all part of a deceitful practice. There to lure us in. It sounded good, but the energy attached to it was fucked up. It sounded good, but the motives behind the words, the motives behind the actions were foul. And the great majority of us don't have discernment to be able to sit back and understand and read energy. And so we get caught up in what's being said. We get caught up in what's being done. We don't take the time to sit there and say, okay, miss me with all the beautiful things being said. Miss me with all the nice flowers and the bouquets and the balloons and the teddy bears and all this other shit that they're buying me to butter me up. They're saying all these nice things to make me feel good. And it sounds so beautiful. It's music to my ears and all this stupid ignorant ass shit. The way he touched me, it just makes me just cringe because I'm just so, and we get so caught up in our emotions. We get caught up in our feelings. And we ain't got any discernment. We can't tell the truth from the lie. Because everything they do feels right. Everything they're saying, it just has you caught up. It has you captivated. It has you spellbound. And you've been waiting for such a long time to have somebody just talk to you like this. You've been waiting for a long time to have somebody just give you all this attention. You've been waiting for a long time to have somebody just be so mesmerized and so in love and so in awe of you. And the truth is, that's not how they really feel. The truth is, they just want to fuck you. The truth is, they just want something you got. They want to take your money. They want to take your energy. They want to take whatever it is that they can get from you. But because you're delusional, because you believe the bullshit. Because it sounded good. Because it felt good. And you don't even understand how delusional you really are. You're super spiritual, but you're delusional. You're super religious, but you're fucking delusional, and you don't even know it. You have no fucking clue how delusional you are. That's why you believe the bullshit people tell you. And when somebody comes to you and they're spitting the motherfucking truth to you, you can't accept it. You don't like the delivery. You don't like the choice of words they use. And you can't understand because you're not connected like you think you are. You can't understand that this is coming straight from source. Because you don't like the presentation. You don't like the way it sounds. You don't like the way that it's hand delivered to you, but you buy into and believe and eat up and gobble up all the bullshit that people have been spoon feeding you your entire fucking life. When it sounds good, when they use pretty words, when they speak elegant, oh, they're so charismatic and they're dogging you the fuck out. And you don't even get it. Because you can't get it. Because you're not emotionally mature enough to get it. But then you turn around and you attack people that don't talk the way you want them to. You attack people that choose to use words and say, oh, you shouldn't talk like that as a man of God. Oh, you shouldn't do that as a man of God. Oh, you shouldn't have tattoos like that as a man of God. You shouldn't wear earrings like that as a man of God. You have all this religious, stupid, ignorant ass shit attached to your fucking beliefs. Because you're fucking delusional. Because you, in your ignorance, have attached presentation to spirituality. You've attached presentation to godliness. You've attached words to being sanctified and anointed and called by God. We're religious in nature, but we're not spiritual. There's a lot of people, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. You're ignorant. Because you're not even spiritual. You do quote unquote spiritual things. That don't make you spiritual. We got to grow the fuck up emotionally. We got to stop deceiving ourselves. We got to stop buying into the bullshit that's been spewed. We got to become connected to God and get some fucking discernment and understand, okay, man, well, hold on, wait a minute. I may not like the delivery. I may not like the choice of words. But that doesn't mean that it's not coming from God. Listen, you have all these religious people that come trying to attack me in their ignorance. You can't be a man of God talking like that. You can't be a man of God using profanity and da-da-da. Okay, let me show you something. These same religious, ignorant people will talk about being a man of God and what's not a man of God. Even though their Bible, and they want to always go back to the Bible, even though their Bible is littered, it's filled with chapter after chapter, verse after verse, where God, their God, has directed these guys, these men, his chosen ones, to go out and slaughter the enemy. God directed his children, his people, his anointed one to go kill not just the men, but the women and the babies too. Kill their fucking animals, everything they fucking owned. That's Bible from their God. So their God can direct men of God, chosen ones, anointed ones, called out ones, to go kill and slaughter not just men, but the women, the babies, and their animals. Everything attached to them was killed. And that's God. That's your fucking Bible. But then you turn around and you say that I can't be a man of God because of the words I use. You can accept the fact that God told people to go kill motherfuckers, but you can't accept the fact that God told me to say what I say. Make the stupid ass shit make sense. You don't have fucking discernment. You're fucking self-righteous and judgmental. You're fucking religious in nature. There's nothing about you spiritual. You're delusional. And that's a hard pill to swallow. And I get it. To each their own. But at some point, we've got to grow the fuck up. Emotionally, spiritually. We've got to get connected to source and not just our fucking feelings. Oh, I'm connected. I burn sage and I got incense. I do yoga. I do Pilates. I do Tai Chi. I do all this other stuff. And I'm out in nature. And that don't make you fucking spiritual. You could sit there and meditate 5 times a day. That don't make you spiritual. You can burn all the fucking sage and incense you want. That don't make you spiritual. You can spend all fucking day in nature. That don't make you spiritual. You can quote all the fucking scriptures you want to. That don't make you spiritual. You can listen to all the gurus and sheiks and prophets and just whatever the fuck you want to listen to. That don't make you spiritual. We got to grow the fuck up. We've got to grow up emotionally. We've got to grow spiritually. Man, we live in a state of delusion. The great majority of humanity is delusional as fuck. And don't even know it. They think they're woke. They think they're enlightened. And that's the delusion. Hope and prayer says something to encourage you, to inspire you, to even challenge your way of thinking. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.